So I've been under the weather for what feels like 3 months now, and this little cold has just been lingering. Some days feel better than others, but today I feel absolutely drained. And this feeling, though, actually brings me right back to my childhood, flooding me with memories of my mom making me this cháo guy. Because anytime I was feeling sick, this would be my mom's cure all. A way to feed me something warm and comforting, yet mild and easy on the stomach to help me get back on my feet quicker. So today, we're paying homage to my mom's recipe and making an incredible Vietnamese chicken porridge that feels like a hug in a bowl. It's a simple recipe that comes together easily, so do me a favor and make sure you like, comment, share, and save this video. Alright, y'all, remember to wash your hands. Now the first thing we have to do is prep our chicken, and I'm just using some chicken quarters today because I'm lazy and didn't want to process a whole chicken, but you can use whatever your heart desires. Now anytime I make a stock or broth with chicken, I do recommend scrubbing it with kosher salt, as the physical exfoliant helps reduces some of the bacteria that's responsible for the chickeny odor. And we want our congee to taste nice and clean. But for any other chicken recipes, go ahead and skip the washing, as cooking it to a safe internal temp is all you need to do to get rid of any bacteria without it splashing around your sink or countertops. Anyways, we'll get our 2 pounds of clean chicken quarters into a stock pot with 4 quarts of water on high heat. Then I have a yellow onion that I'll cut in half, and a 2-inch knob of ginger that I'll also cut in half. Don't worry about peeling the skin though. We'll get both of the aromatics into the pot, and then we'll bring this up to a rolling boil, skim off the impurities, reduce the heat to low, and then I'm gonna let this simmer covered with a slight crack for a little over half an hour, or until the chicken is tender. Now while our stock is simmering, we'll get the rest of our prep work done. One of the things I like best about Vietnamese porridge compared to others is all of the fresh herbs. So first I have some green onions that I'll chop up, then I have some cilantro and we'll finely chop that up as well. And then lastly, I have a knob of ginger that I'm gonna thinly slice, and then we'll finally julienne the ginger into strips. Now I'm just gonna stick with just these 3 along with some fried shallots for the garnishes, but you can also thinly slice some white onions, cut up some lime wedges, or even finely chop up some Thai chilies for a little bit of heat as well. And if you like this recipe, and you want to learn how to make more of your favorite Vietnamese and Asian dishes, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications to stay up to date on all my latest posts. And the last part of our prep is toasting our rice. Now, Vietnamese cháo tends to be a little bit looser compared to Chinese congee or Korean juk. So the perfect ratio for cháo is 1 cup of dried rice to 4 quarts of water. And here I have 1 cup of long grain jasmine rice, and no need to wash it, but I am gonna toast it in a dry pan to develop some of its nutty flavor. So to a pan on medium-high heat, we'll just cook our grains of rice for a few minutes until it turns an opaque white color. Now once we've finished all of our prep work, we'll move it to the side and finish up our congee. Now, after about an hour and a half, I'm gonna pull the chicken quarters and aromatics from the broth, and make sure you skim off any little bits or impurities here as well. And then for the chicken, I'm gonna wrap it up in some plastic wrap and throw that in the fridge to cool down to make it easier to cut later. Then we're gonna season our broth, and I'll throw in a 1-inch nub of rock sugar, a tablespoon of MSG, and some salt to taste. To the pot, we'll add in our toasted jasmine rice, then we'll bring that up to a low simmer and let that continue to simmer away covered for about 40 to 45 minutes, or until the grains of rice have fully expanded and begins to dissolve into the stock. While that's going on, we'll break down our chicken quarters. First, we'll debone them, and then you can choose to leave the skin on, but Hannah and Gina both prefer the chicken without it, so I'll remove the skin here. And now you can either shred the chicken by hand or cut it into strips with a knife. When that's done, we'll add the finishing touches to our cháo, and then it's time to eat. So first, we'll finish our cháo seasoning with some fish sauce to taste, and I personally added about 2 tablespoons here. And then, my secret for the best congee is actually a cornstarch slurry. So I'll add in about a tablespoon of cornstarch and a few tablespoons of water. We'll get that fully combined and then pour that into our cháo. Now this cornstarch slurry adds a velvetyness to our cháo that just makes it absolutely perfect. And with that said, it's time to plate. So to a bowl, we'll ladle in a generous amount of our cháo. We'll top that with some of our chicken. And then garnish that with some green onions, cilantro, fried shallots, our julienne ginger, and we'll finish that with some fresh ground black pepper. And just like that, you've made the most comforting cháo gà at home. As always, the recipe and measurements are on my blog at feedthepudge.com. And if you've made it this far, let me know in the comments section, what's your go-to pick-me-up for when you're feeling sick? Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoy.